Welcome again to Consequential Conversations. We're here today at Timberline, praying in Port Albernian. It's lovely here, and it's a gorgeous day outside as well, as you can probably see in the background. We're here today. We actually got two interviews lined up, which is really quite nice for us. And first up is a gentleman that I've never met till about 5 minutes ago. His name is Derek, and I know he's a good guy because he's a car guy, and I enjoy cars, so I think we're definitely on the same page. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Bob because Bob does know Derek, and he'll be able to ask him a little bit about his life here in Port Albernian. So with that, over to you, Bob.
Well, thank you, Bill. And Derek McGregor, I don't know how long I've known you, Derek, but
Forever.
forever, yes. You're almost as old as I am, I think, so...
you know, the close.
Close, yeah.
Neck to neck. Yeah. Can I make one comment here?
Absolutely.
This is not a facility. It's home.
It's home.
Yeah.
There you go. Yes. Okay.
Beautiful home. This is lovely.
Yeah.
And somebody else does the gardens for you. You don't have to do your...
You bet you I don't have to.
That's the first secret. And there's not much lawn to mow.
Don't have to wash the car.
I was tending gutters this morning, man. I maybe shouldn't do that at my age, but, you know... You don't have to.
I don't have to. It was one of the best moves we did is move into here.
Oh, good.
The food's good. The initial, when you look at the price of it, you think, oh my, but then you realize the cost of a rental of a house, your food every day for two, parking stall. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, my mom and dad were in a similar home in Nanaimo, and they loved it. 2-bedroom and all their meals done, and they could have done their own meals, but chose not to, right?
If I moved here, I'd have to wear clothes. I was out on my sun deck this morning checking the watering on our plants, out of watering, and see if they're dripping through. And my wife reminded me that the summer neighbors work beach.
So okay, you got me scared.
Yeah. Anyways, how we start with this? But I said you and I don't know. I was born in 46.
1942.
Oh,
October 28th.
How come you look so good? How come you look so good?
Flatterers get you everywhere. You know what I get hate now.
And Port Albernian. How'd you end up here?
I was born in the first hospital in Port Albernian.
Oh, you were
the one on Redford Street between 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
The one that was a laundry chute on the side that I thought was how they dead bodies out. Yeah. Remember the...
You mean, out the front, on the bottom side. That wasn't how they did it?
No.
My mother was a nurse there.
Oh.
And a couple of my aunts were nurses there. And,
your family came to the valley and...
My father was born in Salmon Arm, and my mother was born here. And my grandfather, he was one of the first photographers in Port Albernian.
Oh,
a lot of the pictures that you have in the museum were given to the museum by my parents.
Oh, no kidding.
With the proviso that the McGregor's and Brand's name would not be given as credit.
Oh.
Which is too bad because, see, as I say, he was one of the first photographers in town. And he had the old Bellows type camera.
Yeah.
They're still in the family. One of our family members still have got it. Well, we've got quite a history in town.
Well, Bob was saying that he figured you were part of that long-time family in town here. So were your parents born here as well, or?
It's Salmon Arm.
Yeah, Salmon Arm. Okay.
Yeah, my father was born here, and my grandfather on my mother's side came at the turn of the 1800s, the last few years, 1800s. And when he came, it was so cold. This is global warming into effect here. You could drive oxen down as far as Polly's Point.
Yep. On the inlet. Yep.
On the inlet.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Really? Has that changed that much since?
It's
They drove.
Well, you've heard of the Ice Age. Just something.
I certainly have.
Global warming is here. We're just hastening to get along.
Yeah.
It's good for palm trees, and my banana plants, I don't have to buy them each year now. They just keep coming back. So,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for bananas. I tried some little plantains, little mini ones, one shoved one there with tie wraps, and had my wife stand by and send a picture to my friend in Newfoundland. And so, our bananas are ripe.
Yeah. Almost heard of it. Really? Wow.
Anyway, so years and years here. all good, including strikes and recessions. And,
well, my father had, well, he was a carpenter. He built a couple of or helped build one of the sounding around, so what do they call it?
That's working. That's okay.
Or Stanfall.
The fish ladders. There you go. Yeah, I don't know how those were built. That's absolutely fascinating. Who could even built those in?
It's unbelievable. How do you build with that kind of power?
He helped build them. That he helped build used to be Cotillo Motors. He built that. And then about 1954, 55, he bought the bicycle repair shop on 10th Avenue, corner of 10th and Maitland.
Yeah.
And started a whole gas station. One of the first gas stations in town. And this is when they were adding on to the pulp mill.
Oh, yeah.
And it was not unusual on a Friday night for there to be cars lined up a block each way, because we had two gas pumps.
Two gas pumps.
Really? Just pumping gas steadily for 2 or 3 hours. People who were leaving for the week.
Okay. And then the town went crazy with gas stations. And at one point we had 11 or 12 in this side of town.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And at one point there was almost 40 gas stations.
Port Albernian.
Really?
Between, there was one out at Stout Falls, one out at the Junction.
One at Stout Falls, and a couple of Lake Davidson's and Freethy's store both had gas pumps.
Yeah.
And that. But the one that you would have seen Derek at most would have been the Shell up the junction where Coons Country Candy is now. Because that's where all the hot rodders, that's where the hot rodders all met on the weekend. And then they raced straight stretch past the, what would be the Timber Lodge.
Yeah.
And that, down into the gully and then roll their car in the gully if they didn't slow down fast enough.
That's when we weren't racing on 3rd Avenue.
3rd Avenue.
Up to the use the 10th or the 3rd Avenue hill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll
shut down, because then you got the uphill. That's why everybody sat at the NW and watched the races.
Yeah. Oh, so that's what got you into cars and stuff, I guess.
Yeah. I've had lots of cars. The first one was a 1948 Chev. Customized headlights, no chrome on it. And little 6-cylinder, couldn't go very fast, but we had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And on the cars you've had, maybe list a few of them.
My next one was a 36 Chev I was technically the second owner. I bought it in 67 and sold it to 30 years later.
Oh, wow.
Because I drove it for a few years when we lived out the lake, because we lived out by the bomber base.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
I used to drive it in the winter time. It was a beautiful car for snow.
It was heavy.
Heavy with really narrow tires, so you could just cut through the snow down to the bedrock and away you go.
Oh, wow.
And then I had a 63 Nova convertible, little green one, which we bought, put the original 6-cylinder motor back in, a new top, and Mike Lazowski bought it off of him, and he wanted it back. So when we moved into here, I sold it, went back to him.
Oh, no kidding. That's kind of cool.
The last one was a Model T Ford. And there's a story to this one.
Okay.
It was originally owned as a service car by a guy by the name of Harold Skippon, who had a service station in Headley.
In Headley?
Headley, which is on...
Yeah, I know where Headley is. Yeah, I camped there last year. Yeah.
Anyhow, just down from Headley, a bunch of Chinese guys apparently grew peanuts. There's lots of places where you can grow peanuts in Canada that you're not aware of it. Anyhow, these Chinese guys grew the peanuts. And one year they came to Skippy and they said, "Hey, our power unit has quit. We need to borrow your service car," which was the Model T. So what they used to do in those days is jack up the back end and run a belt into something.
And run it off there.
Oh, yeah.
So they used the thing for a couple of days and just so many peanuts all ground up. So I made peanut butter, gave it to sold it whatever. Anyhow, they went back to Harold. They said, "Okay, Harold, what do we owe you?" "Oh, you guys are friends of mine. Don't worry about it." "Well, there must be." "Oh, I know. So you've heard of Skippy's peanut butter?"
Yeah.
So I had the car, Skippy's peanut butter.
Oh, there you go.
Really? Yeah.
Good.
That's a good story. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Skippy's peanut butter. Yeah,
This
that's.
is peanut butter, yeah. So I sold it to a guy and I put a little V6 motor in,
Oh yeah.
rebuilt I put a new frame underneath it because of Model T frames are, little radio in it, to standing steering, power windows.
Nice.
But outside of that, it was just virtually bone stock.
Yeah.
It looked that way. I remember seeing it, but its neat part was that he found a way to get all the parts and pieces he needed in holes.
Oh, that.
Yeah, because I owned an auto parts store.
That helped. That helps a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Uh, so the Valley in general. I know you've been involved in different things. What stands out? What do you have the most fun at?
Well, I've volunteered for years, and a few highlights. I got involved with the antique vehicle club. Where the curling week is now.
Yep. And
And
industrial heritage.
I took home the old McLaughlin Buick.
Yeah.
That one you
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was sitting in City Hall
For years.
About that.
yeah, and so we approached City Council and hey, Jim Sawyer said, "Yeah, okay, take it." So we took it out. I fixed it up, got the motor running, everything running great. And the highlight was remember when the cruise ship, the World, came in town?
Yep.
Yeah, it was before my time.
Yeah. Presidency. Yep.
Yeah, I delivered the mayor at the time. I think it was Jillian.
Yeah. Down in the.
Delivered it to her in that car to do with the cruise ship.
What year was that car? Like 1913.
For 12 or 13, yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
At one point, because I had my 5 Model A's and they thought I was an antique car collector, I was just an antique car abuser. It's what I was. We had beaters, so 4 beaters and 1 good one. And that I just used them for spare parts.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember they talked to me about that when it was in the fire hall for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And are you interested in this? And that's not my, I don't fix them, I break them.
Yeah. Well, the World is coming back this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, June. Yeah.
It's going to be an old ship.
It would be so cool to have, somebody like that deliver the mayor.
Down to the ship.
Yeah, but
Is it still running? Or it probably is. Those
the last time it was still running, but you have to have a special interest in that kind of thing.
Yeah.
This generation is not interesting. Like to them, in old cars in 2000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah, and everything that sits like that, seals, everything gets,
they deteriorate.
they get hard and whatever, they fire left.
Is true.
Find the belt's been sitting in the same position forever and ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard a couple stories. One is that somebody ran it dry on oil because of how you had to put the oil into the engine. It had to go in a certain space, and it would go down, and it'd get pumped back up and get burned off. So you had to keep replacing it. And somebody told me that they burned the oil off.
Oh,
so it ran dry, burnt it, made a bearing.
Not a good thing. Yeah.
But I get the impression that the city is not all that interested.
No, they're not. No.
In that kind of stuff. Like
Our heritage in general, I mean, we think that things like the old post office uptown with the clock tower and stuff that tore down that would be wonderful, focal points nowadays. The Hermitage and other things that got torn down around this town, which, they still got the little post office in Alberni, but that's way newer than the one that was.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
there's a lot of things in this town that people don't know because it's a generational thing. That's a lot of people we know. Like there's supposed to be a tunnel from Wilson around
the boat ramp guard Port Boathouse.
Yeah,
behind Port Boathouse, there's a
right up to
about
3rd Avenue
to the Beaufort Hotel. No, I was in that.
Where are you?
Down the back of the Beaufort and into the first parts of it. And I know a longshoreman that used to mess in the other part of it. But that's what it was for. It was for coming from the old Tassus mill that was down there with the head burner and that.
Yeah.
It was a coal tunnel. It was dug from coal originally.
Right, yeah.
But these guys maintained it so they could sneak out at work and go up to the beer parlor at the Beaufort Hotel.
Really?
Back down. And this when I was 18 or something or other, hung around with some guys at longshore. and they told me about it. And I found with the Philip trucks with Edwin's dad, Craig's dad, Rocky's dad. I'll think of his name in a minute. But anyway, it took me in the beer parlor there and showed me the thing, and the access went down the basement. We had a little big old door that went into this tunnel that went down to the waterfront.
Well, and somebody at the Arlington told me there's tons.
Oh, there was one out
there
to the river there. Yeah.
And they used it during Prohibition days.
Yeah, out to the river. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some neat stuff.
That one would be all in dirt and mud and
I guess.
and,
Yeah.
you know,
We used to
alluvial plain soil. Like this one's rock.
Well,
Yeah, we used to hang around with the guy who lived behind him in the auto parts.
Yeah.
And you went down into the basement when the tide came in.
Yeah.
It came into their basement because it was all rock.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, his M&D Auto Parts is that tidal area there. We've had a couple people that told us stories from the tidal wave about that, and the fellow with the shop there everybody came to help him get his stuff out, and he was busy throwing all his paperwork in the river. In the water. He was afraid of an audit.
Well, that tidal wave was something else because I was.
Well, that wasn't you that threw the paperwork.
No,
Oh, yeah.
that was another guy. I can imagine who though.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So my uncle or my grandparents had Brand's Hall where Albernian automatic transmission is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she was one of the original missionary ladies.
Oh, no kidding.
And he was, of course, one of the first photographers in town. And Saturday night, they'd play a big upright piano.
In that building? Where the...
Well, and the building was there with the hall.
Oh, I see.
About halfway between Victoria Key and...
And there was a big general store, kitty corner to it, wasn't there?
Oh, no kidding.
it was the big is.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
Big general store.
Yeah, there's a general store there too.
Wow.
But anyhow, Saturday night they'd play. Sunday morning away it would go over to the church. And they'd play for church. Church services on the Sunday morning.
Wow.
Moving the piano.
And the piano was still in the family.
Oh,
wow. My niece has got it.
Oh, no kidding.
It's pretty cool.
And just a block away was Al Rayner's Somass Tire and all that. I got my Model A tires from him.
Mm-hmm.
New Goodyears, brand new I could get from him for my Model A. And I used lots of them on the old Tofino Highway.
Oh, God, that was a bad road at Tofino Highway. Up over the switch.
Yeah, I had switchbacks and out. I went.
Oh, God.
I went there, and I think I told the story already, but I went there before it opened. The weekend it was going to have a big opening. I don't know, damn it. So anyway, somebody was coming to open the Tofino Highway, and me and my buddies all snuck out of school. Doug Stewart, Brad Mills, and that was snuck out of school, and I drove my Model A over, and I took 3 spares with me mounted on rims from my other vehicles, and we used all 3 of them. And coming back, I was on a flat tire on one, but it goes up into the rim, and if you drove slow, you could get home on the flat tires. So 4 flat tires on the old Highway.
I was working for an auto parts wholesaler at that time, and we sold shock absorbers.
Oh, I bet you.
How was it the shock absorber? It was the best nose dealer in Canada, I'm sure.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
So other things that stick out in your mind, events. Where were you when the tidal wave happened?
Well, I was in town, actually. I just got a finished party at about 11 o'clock. I'm laying in bed and listening to the radio, and do not come downtown. There's a tidal wave hitting.
Of course, another side of downtown. Yeah, right.
So I go down to the bottom of Argyle Street, just above the tracks.
Yeah.
And watch it come up over the tracks. I followed it back down to in front of Alberta Engineering.
Yeah.
Here over the edge, and all the scow grids completely clear.
Dry. Yeah, that's what I draw after the first wave sucked the river dry, because I was at the river and it sucked it dry. And then when the big wave came in, it was scary. You weren't one of the guys sitting on the hood of their car down in the A&W parking lot. Well, there go the fishing rods. And a couple of guys got there going fishing rod and sitting there. The water's just around the wheels and that, and they're sitting there with fishing rods.
Jeez.
Bunch of goofs.
For years afterward, you daren't buy a car from Port Albernian, a used car.
Oh,
So they had been into the salt water. They took them out the Sproat Lake, dipped it in fresh water.
Yeah, they drove them right in, sunk them.
Yeah, they sunk them in fresh water to clean them out. But of course, all the salt managed to stay in the frames. Of course,
yeah.
And it gets into the wiring, into the copper in the wires.
Yeah.
So Mercer Motors is the one right at the bottom of Argyle there, at the bottom of Redford there on the corner. And he's the one with the picture of the car up on the end. That was Bonnie Mercer's. own personal cars.
Well, no kidding.
And the building lifted up, came down on the bumper. And in those days, cars are strong enough that if you pushed on the bumper, it'll lift the car.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you push on the bumper, it's
That old Chevy that was going out of mine.
oh yeah,
That was my first car. Yeah, my 48 Chevy.
Oh, that's the picture of. Oh,
yeah. When it's
But the Bill, he was on the corner of Butte and Butte.
that's our beauty. Yeah,
Yeah. And he got hit, and I worked at Whitaker and River Cove, which is had the machine shop on the aisle, backside. Maybe the main part was on fourth, but that much water went through the whole building, just wiped everything.
Yeah.
The machine shop, the parts department, the whole ball of wax. And the next block was a competition, Hartman's Auto Supply. That much up against the front door.
Oh, and so yeah, just that little. It looks like it's level, but it rises up. My old building on 3rd Avenue, Port Albernian building, it had the original marks on the original building, on the service station building, or part way up the wall, maybe three rows up. But in the couple of floods on Lower 3rd Avenue that they've had since, before they cleaned out Tri Creek there, LB and all those guys all got water in, and we were above it. And yet, if you look at LB and our old building, you'd think we both get the water.
Yeah.
Unless you're on a transit,
Yeah. No, it's just the way that the tidal wave came in. It just like a wave. It came in and it would go there and maybe slosh off a little bit.
yeah.
So in a time.
That's pretty fascinating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was quite an experience there.
So, when did you get married?
1965.
Oh, wow.
I met her in February, March, and I proposed, I think, in April or May, and so we eloped. We went down and I got married in the Parliament building in Victoria.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, so the kids for years thought the Parliament buildings were a big church.
That's great. Do you still have kids living here then in Port Albernian?
Yeah. That's one thing though we followed, that if you help them get their first house.
Yeah.
And if you get their first house in the area that you want them to be,
Yeah.
the chances are pretty good. They're going to get loose, so therefore they're not going to go anywhere.
Oh, yes. It's been a good plan.
Yeah, it
worked for you well.
Yeah, we got even with our daughter because when we came into here, we sold our house
Oh, nice.
to her.
Yeah.
And we gave the store, the building, that store to our son.
You go,
A son and a daughter, so
yeah, they sort of.
They both got some.
they both got something.
So does your son own the business then, or just oh, he got his dad? Yes.
Yeah, we've been out of. We went down one year. We used to go down a lot to Arizona, and I went out golfing, and on the last hole, I stood up after picking the ball out of the, and it just feel dizzy. So we had a big party that night, and I wound up in the hospital.
Oh boy.
They did all sorts of tests. That was on a Thursday night. And then they did the test, and we got out Monday morning and flew back. And they never did find out what it was.
Oh, really?
But I was 59, and that's it.
That's enough of that.
Really?
Life's too short.
It was when I told the guys, you guys buy me out. You got a year to do it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they put the money together, and I backed them. And
So you've been retired for many
I
years.
was retired for quite a while, and that's the best thing I ever did.
It is, eh? Yeah.
Well, being the boss, you don't have to think you work too hard, so
Yeah.
just keep on doing the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And you've always stayed busy doing whatever, or
They used to have an ad called Freedom 55. And that was my target.
yeah,
But we both stuck around. I was 59 when we sold the business too.
yeah.
So,
That's good for you.
it's good age to sell a business.
No, I find between volunteering, like we've been involved with go-kart races, the go-kart races.
The other one was down on Kingsway. You were involved with that.
Yeah.
What were they called? Little formula. They're not little formula. What are they? Little, I forget what they're called. McNabb and Jimmy Pelk ran in.
Yeah, Jimmy Pelk ran and John McNabb had
Yeah.
little powered
Yeah, supercars. Well, they were supercars. Yeah, some sort.
And they came down the hill, right?
They went around Kingsway on a circuit. Yeah.
Oh, they were all hard. Oh, they were.
Oh, yeah. These were
Kingsway.
Oh, okay.
It was like a mini Formula One.
Yeah.
And they zoom.
Kingsway up Second Avenue.
Yeah, all those tire shops down there helped because you had all those tire barriers around all the cars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we had to do it, push tires all over the place because tires were the thing that you're running.
Yeah.
Yeah, to got running, got involved with the Golden Oldies Car Club.
Yeah.
Got involved with that. We used to have car shows, demolition derbies up at Hall.
Fairgrounds demolition derbies. I was in one of those.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat.
What else did you do?
So you talked about we did have soapbox derbies down.
Soapbox. That's the fun side.
They were crazy. You know, the town did a lot of things like that over many, many years. But what's happened is you've got liability now, and you have to have traffic control. You have to have this. You have to have insurance. You have to have this and that. And it really limits.
It's really deterred.
You just can't go out and have a fun weekend. We used to have, like I said, a watermelon seed spitting contest up at the chamber office at the junction. We back when off the deck, kids and things like that, cherry pits and stuff. You can't do that nowadays because I guess you might spread COVID or something.
Yeah, oh gosh, I can't do that. Yeah. No, it's been fun, but the attitude now is you don't want to volunteer because
you'll end up president.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just not the thing. It's just a generational thing.
It's really changed a lot.
Yeah, wanted to volunteer. The new generation. Come the next, the next generation might be volunteers again. I don't know. I got it.
Let's have your rotary AI, gyro AI, Kinsman AI that you might not have to.
Well,
treasurer, the secretary, the president, and and
people may have more time. I'm not a big AI fan, but they may have more time because of AI, and they might get into.
I see the knows. I see the work of treasurers, and I've been secretary of several organizations. We're going to talk to a professional secretary at one point, or later, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But secretaries are the most powerful person in the organization because most people don't pay that much attention to what went on in the meeting. So when you're doing the minutes, you can almost make it anything you want. And you ask for errors or omissions or edits. Nobody answers. Nobody ever responds. So this is true. What you know down is the gospel.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, there you have it. Today's consequential conversation with Derek, and quite enlightening, really interesting fellow. And I really enjoyed it and learning a little bit about his history here in Port Alberni, born in 1942 in the old hospital here. So he's been here a while and got a great memory for all this stuff. So again, tune in. You can find us on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Eric.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much, Gary. Can I thank you?
Pleasure. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Good day.
So I'm the Brand family.